Hello to all of our CCP families. It is my pleasure and my delight to give this weekly address to all of our families. First of all, allow me to thank all of our families for attending our open house this past Tuesday. At the open house, we went over our school evacuation plan. Should we ever need to evacuate our campus? We also went over the federal guidelines for Title One, for administering the Title One program, because we service and we serve students and families from economically disadvantaged areas. We are espoused by law to actually explain to you what we're doing to close achievement gaps using Title One monies. Also, we had a wonderful presentation with our students, meeting teachers, and our staff here at the Cleveland College Preparatory School. So thank you to all of our families that attended open house. Our attendance is getting much better. Every day this week, we did reach 80%. And one day this week, we actually had 84% attendance. I will say this: the day that we reach 90% attendance, on the week that we have one day where we reach 90% attendance, that will precipitate an event where I allow our students to come to school on a Friday with jeans and school swag Friday. So let's encourage regular attendance to school. And that's a low hanging fruit for the state report card. If we reach our 92, 93% attendance goal, that will boost our performance index score. So it is imperative that all of our scholars are in school every day and on time. Parents, did you know that if your child is absent on any given day, you can go right to our website and report the absence? Just go to our homepage, the Cleveland College Preparatory School, clevelandcollegeprep.org. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and it will say report an absence, and you can report the absence there. When the absences come across my desk, sometimes I'll send an email just wishing our scholars well, and that they will get well soon. On this coming Thursday, we're excited about our 18th annual Father's Walk. We're going to meet in Washington Park at 7:30 a.m. We're going to walk over to Cleveland College Prep, and then we're going to have donuts with dads, father figures, grandfathers, and trusted male adults in the lives of our scholars. So we will see you on this coming Thursday. I am going to push out a communication in English and Spanish with more information. Parents, I need you to do me a favor. If you could at all help us, one of the things that's a powerful tool is when the school and home are stating the same behavioral and academic expectations. And as such, help us to reiterate school expectations. We do not promote, celebrate, or tolerate verbal or physical threats or violence. We just can't, because our scholars can do better. We know that life is better when we all live peaceably, and let us make sure that we are articulating those expectations. Our school wide, we have about 93% of our scholars that have completed iReady testing, which is our beginning of the year assessments, just to gauge where our students are. It's not necessarily a test of good and bad, it's to actually let us know where we are. And as a school, our results are in. And for math, as a school, we really need to concentrate on geometry as well as measurement and data. Our students should be able to respond accordingly to geometric shapes, geometric figures, measuring the units of an angle, etc., like obtuse angle greater than 90 degrees. And also, we need to focus on measurement and data. And those are the kinds of things our students, our scholars, will be working on in small groups, intervention groups, as well as independent practice. Also, in reading as a school, we really need to focus our attention on informational text and literary text. Informational text is asserting and gathering reading and being able to articulate information from the text using the graphic features in the text, the headlines in the text, also any other places where information can be gathered. Also, a literary text deals with the actual features of the text. What is the author's purpose? Being able to identify key elements of the text, whether they be the setting, whether it be the characters, what is the problem, the climax, the rise and fall of the plot in the story. That all encompasses informational text. Again, students will be working in small groups, intervention groups to master those skills. And as a school, we are doing a school-wide focus on writing. I have been going into classes and modeling writing. For me, when I was in school, writing was a challenge for me. And even at the graduate level and at the doctoral level, it was really daunting. But of course, I had to master it, and I want our students to master writing. As we say in convocation in the morning, if we can read and we can write, everything that we do will be out of sight. Parents, let me thank you. I've been getting texts and emails from parents saying that, hey, Dr. Scott, we're noticing the changes that you're trying to implement. And have been telling our families, we are not where we need to be, and we have a long way to go. But with your partnership, we can get there. And I'm working exceedingly hard to make sure that we can meet the academic benchmarks that are set before us. Before I leave, I have to share a story with all of our families. I was in the kindergarten house testing, in which I'll be there Monday, finishing testing with kinders. And I tested Bryson, and Bryson was engaging in the text, and his little mind was thinking. And actually, it was a problem where he had to engage in number sense and operations. And as Bryson was manipulating, his brain was just thinking. And I just sit back to observe Bryson and his thinking process. And I was really intrigued with how he was engaged. There were some places where he was getting a little frustrated. And parents, I'm going to say to you, that is a thing. Students should have a frustration saturation point where it's that rigor, where it's hard for them, that it's a little bit frustration, and then they break through to understanding. And so Bryson stopped and he looked at me and he said, Dr. Scott, I have power. And I said, Bryson, tell me more. He looked his eyes up in the corner. He says, I have the power to be smart. Let me tell you something, parents, family, staff, community. That thing blessed my whole entire soul. I said, Bryson, yes, you do. You have the power to be smart. And I tell you, that absolutely made my day. Last week was a challenging week for Dr. Scott, but that on a Friday made my day. So, Bryson's parents, if you are watching, and Bryson, if you are watching, your principal is so proud of you. And I want you to know that you made my day. And I've been telling everybody about that story. And that leads me into a segue. Every morning, we have what we call convocation here at the Cleveland College Preparatory School. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't always have people, even my parents, speaking positively over me. There were a lot of negative things spoken over my life, and it kind of influenced the trajectory of my life, but it didn't have power over me. So every morning, I intentionally speak over the lives of our children, unlocking the greatness in them. I tell them that no weapon formed against them will be able to prosper, and I tell them that they are a chosen generation. Actually, I have them repeat after me. We say that we are royal. We say that we are set apart, that we are set apart for greatness, and that there is nothing that we can achieve. And then we break every negative word that was spoken over our lives and destiny, and we say it every morning. And parents, allow me to do that for you. Allow me to speak into your life. The season of struggle, the season of toil, you're entering into a new season. And everything that you have tried in the past that may not have been successful, set your hand to the plow, set your hand to do it again, and it will be successful. And even our families, I break every negative word that was spoken over our families, over our community, over our school, over our scholars, that nothing that was spoken over against us negatively will be able to work. Because guess what? I'm like Bryson. We have the power, and we have the power to succeed. Right now, before I leave you today, our college word of the week, our college wow. Our college word of the week is diffident, Diffident. It is an adjective and it means unassertive, lacking a sense of self worth. Bryson's statement to me about having the power to be smart was breaking the power of being diffident. Bryson will not be diffident because he knows that he has the power to be smart. So diffident, it means unassertive and lacking self-worth. Dr. Scott's students at the Cleveland College Preparatory School will not demonstrate the characteristics of being diffident because we have the power to learn. It is my pleasure and it is my honor to serve you. And you know what? I don't always get it right, but I'm striving for excellence for this school and our community. And I appreciate every one of you. And as I tell our scholars every day, our teachers and staff love them and care about them as a school community. Your school community, parents, students, staff, community, we love and care about you. We respect you and we honor you and we want the very best for you. And I want you to know that the worst is over and the best is yet to come. And we are going to be bigger, brighter, better. Yes. And in the words of Bryson, we have the power. Let's make this a great rest of your weekend. We will see all of our scholars here on time on Monday, striving for that 90% attendance. Have a great rest of your weekend.